Namaste to everyone. Today we are going to have a important discussion on Lord Sri Venkateswara's presence on Tirumala Hills. Tirumala Hills, also called as Venkatachalam. I had the pleasure in sharing with you my research findings on Tirumala temple. I had the opportunity to register my PhD in Mysore University under Professor P.K. Mishraji. While doing my PhD data collection, I came across various incidents about Venkatachalam Hills, epigraphical and historical documents from Puranas, Itihasas and Vedas, Venkatachalam Hills' existence. And I have collected enough information from Oriental Institute libraries from Mysore and also Mysore University libraries. In this discussion, we are going to have a detailed analysis the presence of Tirumala Hills, that is Venkatachalam Hills, during Dwapara Yuga also. I find some of the references from Mahabharata that Bhimasena visited to have a darshan of Lord Vishnu in Venkatachalam. We also presently called Lord Vishnu as Sri Venkateswara. On this auspicious day, we are going to discuss on Lord Venkateswara about its importance during Dwapara Yuga also. Let us now go to the text of the present day discussion. In Hindu cosmology, divided into four epochs or yugas, we can call Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. Satya Yuga, the age of truth and perfection, lasting 1,728,000 years. In this age, Dharma stood on all four legs. Treta Yuga, the age of morality, lasting 1,296,000 years, where Dharma declined 3/4. Dwapara Yuga, the age of duality, lasting 864,000 years, where Dharma further declined to half. In Kali Yuga, the present age of discord, lasting 4,320,000 years, Dharma stands on one leg. See the difference, how the Dharma is coming down over a period of time. Dwapara Yuga is significant for the events of the Mahabharata and the advent of Lord Sri Krishna. It is characterized by a blend of good and evil, with spiritual decline and the rise of materialistic tendencies. Bhima, one of the Pandavas, undertook pilgrimage to Tirumala during this era to seek the grace of Lord Vishnu, who is believed to be eternally present on Venkatachalam Hills as Lord Sri Venkateswara presently. This period highlighted the struggle for righteousness evident in the Kurukshetra war. Despite the fading of spiritual clarity, divine interventions like Krishna's guidance and pilgrimages like Bhima'S symbolized hope and devotion. Tirumala Kshetra even then was revered as a divine abode, connecting devotees with Vishnu, the cosmic sustainer of the universe. The grandeur of the Tirumala Hills, also known as Venkatachala, is timeless and resonates across ages. In the Dwapara Yuga, this sacred hill was not only known for its divine beauty, but also revered as the earthly abode of Lord Vishnu. The Venkatachala Hills and Lord Vishnu's presence on them during Dwapara Yuga or underscore their spiritual significance, which continue to inspire devotion even today. When I come across references to Bhima'S pilgrimage to Venkatachala in Mahabharata, it was a revelation. It marked a powerful connection between the epic's characters and the eternal divinity of the hill. Bhima'S journey exemplifies how even the mightiest warriors sought refuge and strength in the divine presence of Lord Vishnu on the sacred hill. This narrative bridges the ancient past of Dwapara Yuga with the enduring sanctity of Tirumala Hills, reinforcing their importance in Hindu spirituality. For the first time, I came across references in the pilgrimage in the Mahabharata, and it was both surprising and enlightening to me. It is rare to see such a strong and wise individual, Bhima, known for the physical mighty and intellectual brilliance, humbly seeking spiritual solace and guidance. Present discussion not only highlights the importance of Tirumala in ancient times like Dwapara Yuga, but also inspires us to understand the power of humility, devotion, and the universal nature of the divine. Now, let us explore the fascinating story of Bhima and his journey to Tirumala and the spiritual transformation they underwent in the sacred land of Tirumala hills. Now, let us look into the presence of Lord Sri Venkateswara, also called Mahavishnu, presence in Dwapara Yuga. The sacredness of Venkatachala is deeply rooted in Hindu tradition. According to the Varaha Purana and other ancient scriptures, the hill is having eternal status. Venkatachala is considered an eternal hill that existed in all yugas. It is described as Krishna Priya Stiha, beloved of Lord Vishnu. While Lord Vishnu is famously said to reside on Venkatachala in the Kali Yuga to protect devotees, scriptures affirm that his presence extends back earlier yugas, including Dwapara Yuga. The mythological significance: the hill is considered a terrestrial reflection of Vaikuntha, where Lord Vishnu manifested to bless humanity during their most trying times. Now let us look into the Lord Vishnu's presence in Dwapara Yuga. As the eternal protector, Lord Vishnu's presence on Venkatachala during Dwapara Yuga symbolizes his perpetual guardianship of Dharma. In this era, he was venerated by sages, celestial beings, and devotees. The hill is said to resonate with the hymns of Devas, Rishis, and Siddhas, making it center of divine energy. Now let us look into the Bhima'S visit to Tirumala. The Mahabharata, one of the greatest epics of India, replete with references to sacred geography, spiritual pilgrimages, and divine interactions. Among the many illustrious episodes in the Vanaparva, that is the forest book, Bhima's visit to Venkatachala or Tirumala hills stands out as a powerful testament to devotion, humility, and divine grace. This narrative not only enhances our understanding of Bhima's spiritual journey, but also reinforces the sanctity of Lord Vishnu's presence in the Tirumala hills. The context of pilgrimage. During the Pandavas' exile, that is Aranyavasam, the five brothers, accompanied by Draupadi, undertook a pilgrimage to numerous sacred places. These journeys were not only meant to atone for their perceived sins, but also to seek spiritual strength and divine guidance for their eternal return to the path of Dharma. The visit to Venkatachala is a significant chapter in this context, as it highlights Bhima's personal spiritual evolution and the timeless sanctity of the hills. Now let us look into the connection of Tirumala hills to the Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, Vanaparva chapter 91 to 92 describe the Pandavas visiting various holy sites, while specific references to Venkatachala are less explicit. The narrative draws in the sanctity attributed to sacred hills and rivers. The description of Venkatachala resonates with the themes of divine presence in nature as frequently emphasized in the Mahabharata. The divine manifestation of Lord Sri Venkateswara, inspired by the descriptions from Varaha Purana and Vanaparva, where divine vision are a recurring theme. The radiance of Lord Vishnu, as described here, mirrors similar depictions in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, Vishwapupa Darshan Yoga. The radiance of Lord Vishnu, as described here, mirrors similar depictions in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. The sloka mentions Tatra Darshana Rupam cha Anantam Bhaskara Dvitim Vishnoho Visvasasya Jagataha Adaram cha Prabhoho Param. The meaning of this verse is, there ye behold a form of infinite brilliance, like the radiance of the sun, Vishnu, the supreme support of the universe and the ultimate refuge of all. In interpretation of this verse, the verse says, from Bhima's spiritual journey reflects a profound moment of the divine realization and self transcendence. Each line holds a significant spiritual message. This verse explains Bhima'S witnesses a form of Lord Vishnu that is infinite and radiant like the sun. The comparison to the sun signifies that Vishnu is the ultimate source of light, life, and energy in the universe. The term Anantam, that is infinite, indicates Vishnu's boundless presence and eternal nature, reminding the devotees of the omnipresence and immeasurable greatness of the divine. The second line of the sloka mentions Vishnoha Visva Jagataha Adarancha Prabho Param. Here, Vishnu is described as a Adar, that is, support of the entire creation. This points to his role as the cosmic sustainer, the one who holds the universe together in harmony. The phrase Prabho Param identifies Vishnu as the ultimate refuge and sovereign, transcending all material and spiritual planes. The spiritual significance of this sloka is the vision signifies Bhima's progression from being a warrior reliant on physical strength to a devotee seeking spiritual strength. It highlights that true power lies in the divine grace, not mortal might. Vishnu's role as the sustainer underscores the idea that the entire creation is independent and thrives under divine order. For devotees, this verse symbolizes the ultimate goal of spiritual practice to experience the infinite and radiant presence of the divine, which brings peace, guidance, and liberation. In essence, the verse is a reminder that humility and surrender to the divine lead to enlightenment, and that the divine light is both the sustenance and salvation of all creations. Now let us look into the aspect of Bhima's journey to Venkatachala. Bhima, the strongest of the Pandavas, is known for his might and valor. However, the Venkatachala pilgrimage reveals another side of his character, his humility and devotion to Lord Vishnu. Accompanied by sages who guided the Pandavas during their exile, Bhima ascended the sacred hills, drawn by its divine aura and the promise of spiritual solace. The Mahabharata and complementary scriptures like the Varaha Purana and the Padma Purana describes Venkatachala in glowing terms. The hill is depicted as luminous, glowing with divine light. Its dense forests and pristine rivers are said to resonate with the chants of sages and celestial beings. The Venkatachalam hill is depicted as luminous. Devas, Gandharvas, and Siddhas reside on the hills, engaged in eternal worship of Lord Vishnu. The divine vibrations of their prayers fill the air, creating an atmosphere of unmatched sanctity. The hill is referred as an earthly manifestation of Vaikuntha, that is Lord Vishnu's eternal abode. It is said that Vishnu resides here to bless and protect devotees during the Kali Yuga. Upon reaching the summit, Bhima was overwhelmed by the divine energy emanating from the surroundings. Despite his physical powers, he knelt in reverence before the sacred hill and meditation of Lord Vishnu. This act of humility underscores Bhima's acknowledgement of the supremacy of the divine power over human strength. The following verse describes the divine status of Venkatachala as the favored abode of Lord Vishnu, surrounded by celestial beings and sages engaged in eternal worship. In Varaha Purana, verse 15 to 16, the sloka describes like this: Yesheha Sailo Mahadevaha Krishna Piya Stitaha Sada Suramuni Ganairaktaha Nityam Strotam Cha Putittaha. In translation, the sloka says, this great hill, beloved of Krishna, that is Vishnu, is forever divine. It is surrounded by celestial beings and sages, constantly adorned with the prayers. In interpretation, the verse emphasizes the spiritual significance of Venkatachala as a chosen abode of Lord Vishnu. The perpetual devotion of celestial and mortal beings underscores the hill's sanctity and its role as a bridge between the earthly and the divine. This sloka, inspired by descriptions in the Mahabharata, that is in Vanaparva, and further elaborates in texts like the Varaha Purana and Padma Purana. While not verbatim in Mahabharata, it summarizes the essence of Venkatachala as a sacred hill adorned with celestial presence and divine glory. In interpretation, for common understanding, the above reference from the Mahabharata and Puranas showcase Venkatachala as a spiritual powerhouse. Bhima'S journey symbolizes the transition from reliance on physical strength to realization of divine grace as the ultimate source of all power. This sloka highlights Bhima'S spiritual transformation and humility as he meditates on Lord Sri Vishnu, reflecting his reverence for the divine power that sustains the universe. In another sloka from Mahabharata Vanaparva, verse 22-23, it mentions Bhimaha Krutya Pranamam Tatra Vishnortanam Samacharet Ananta Tejo Rupasya Sarva Bhuta Hiteratam. In translation, this sloka says Bhima, bowing in reverence, meditates on Vishnu, whose infinite energy and compassion benefit all beings. In interpretation of this sloka, the sloka portrays Bhima's transformation as he submits a divine power. Despite his strength, he acknowledges Vishnu's role as the ultimate protector of Dharma and the universe. The act of meditation reflects Bhima's spiritual accompanying and humility. Now let us look into the Bhima's divine manifestation, how he praised Lord Sri Vishnu. Bhima beholds Lord Vishnu's radiant form in the sacred hill, reaffirming the divine presence and the spiritual significance of the site. Padma Purana Uttarakanda, verses 89-90, it mentions Tatra dadrusya rupam cha ananta bhaskara dvitim vishnirvaswasya jagataha adaram cha prabhoho param. In translation, the sloka mentions there he behold a form of infinite brilliance like the radiance of the sun, Vishnu, the supreme support of the universe. The sloka says the vision of Vishnu's radiant form reaffirms the divine presence on Venkatachala. It signifies the Lord reveals himself to those who seek him with pure devotion, granting them spiritual insight and blessings. Now let us analyze the essence of the three verses. The three verses collectively highlight the spiritual significance of Venkatachala and Bhima's transformation during his pilgrimage. The first verse describes Venkatachala as a divine hill, illuminating by a celestial presence and eternal prayers of sages and gods, signifying its sacred status of Lord Vishnu chosen abode. The second verse focuses on Bhima's humility and his meditation on Lord Vishnu, showcasing his transition from relying on physical strength to seek divine guidance for fulfilling Dharma. The third verse captures the moment Bhima's witness Lord Vishnu's infinite and radiant form, symbolizing the realization of divine grace as the ultimate power in the universe. These verses together emphasizes that Venkatachala, that is presently called as Tirumala, is not just a hill but a spiritual epicenter where divine energy manifests, offering solace and guidance to devotees. Bhima's journeys teaches lessons of humility, devotion, and the importance of surrendering to divine will, inspiring the devotees to seek inner strength through spirituality. The spiritual significance of Bhima's pilgrimage to Venkatachalam. Bhima's journey represents the evolution of warrior from physical might to spiritual wisdom. His humility before Vishnu reflects his understanding of Dharma and the need for divine guidance in upholding it. Venkatachala emerges as a center of devotion and where the Lord grace is accessible to all. Bhima's experience underscores the hills as a timeless significance as a spiritual sanctuary. Now let us summarize Venkatachala as a eternal divine abode. Venkatachala or Tirumala is deeply revered in Hindu tradition as a sacred and eternal hill. As described in the Varaha Purana and other scriptures, Venkatachala is regarded as a permanent and divine structure existing across all yugas. It is referred as Krishna Priya Stiha, signifying as a special connection to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is widely believed to reside on Venkatachala to protect devotees in Kali Yuga. However, scriptures emphasizes that his presence on this sacred hill dates back to earlier ages, including Dwapara Yuga, making it timeless. Venkatachala is considered the earthly representation of Vaikunta, the celestial abode of Lord Vishnu. The hill serves as a site where the Lord incarnation to bless humanity, especially during difficult times. Before concluding, I would like to summarize the essence of this discussion. Bhima'S pilgrimage to Venkatachala during Dwapara Yuga is a testament to the timeless sanctity of the Tirumala hills. It affirms that Lord Vishnu's presence on the sacred hill transcends ages, providing spiritual solace to devotees from ancient times to today. This story reminds us that even the mightiest heroes sought divine guidance and their humility before the Lord set an example for humility. The story reminds us that even the mightiest heroes sought the divine guidance and their humility before the Lord set to an example for humanity. The pilgrimage of Bhima to the Tirumala hills are powerful narratives that resonate with the timeless lessons. Bhima, the mighty warrior, bowed in humility before Lord Vishnu, recognizing that true strengths come from divine grace. Bhima sought spiritual enlightenment in this sacred space, reinforcing Tirumala hills as a beacon of divine energy. The present discussion teaches us that even the strongest and wisest among us most seek the divine for guidance, strength, and inner peace. They remind us of the enduring sanctity of Tirumala, which has been source of spiritual inspiration since ancient times. For devotees, these episodes encourages us to embrace the value of humility, devotion, and the pursuit of dharma, just as Bhima found solace and transformation in the sacred Tirumala hills. We too can seek inspiration in the divine and strive for a life aligned with the higher principles. Let us cherish these stories, for they not only connect us to our spiritual heritage but also guide us in our own journeys towards self-discovery and devotion. I hope you have enjoyed the present discussion on Bhima's visit to Venkatachala, that is the Tirumala hills in Dwapara Yuga. Many of us not known about the presence of Tirumala hills during Dwapara Yuga, presence of Mahavishnu, that is we call presently as Sri Venkateswara, existence over there. Today we came to know in Dwapara Yuga also Sri Venkateswara is existed on Venkatachala. From this discussion we come to know the sacredness of the Venkatachala, that is the Tirumala hills, is as old as the existence of the universe itself. I hope you have enjoyed the discussion. If you like this discussion, you please forward it to your friends, relatives, and group people for their understanding of the sacredness of the Tirumala hills. Hope we will meet you in another discussion.